Hello. Hello guys. I am going to give you my own little cooking show. I've been trying to do more healthy, well actually for a long time now, I've been doing healthy meals. Ever since I moved out on my own because I don't have a microwave, which I don't feel sorry for me. I'm actually really happy now that I don't have one because I have made fresh meals like all the time. So I saw a meal prepared that I am changing a little bit, and I'm adding my own twist to it because I liked it, but I wanted my own kind of almost Israeli style to it. I love Israeli salad, so this has got some Israeliness to it. So far, as you can see, I've got 2 cucumbers here. You're at a strange angle because this is the only way I can film, I think, so you can see what you need to see. And I've got some salt, some pepper, some olive oil, a can of chicken, some washed avocado, lemon, cherry tomatoes. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I've got the stove going. I'm using this as a prop here. Stove going with some hot water. You'll find out what that's all about here in a bit. Oh, and I also have tortillas too. Not handmade, sorry, but these are the ones you can get at the store. I choose the corn ones. It's like a gluten-free option. Pretty easy. Actually, everything in this is gluten-free. So if you have gluten-free sensitivities, this is great. So I'm going to take, you can't see this, sorry, I'll just tell you because I can't hold the phone and this pan at the same time. But I'm taking my iron skillet and I'm taking out this first bit of hot water, only because I like to make sure things are really clean. Iron skillet I've had for quite a while, and so just to be extra clean, I just boil water before I even after I've washed it and everything, because it's old. That's just a thing I do. You don't have to do that. But I've put, okay, I'll hold this for a second. I've put a very thin layer of hot water. See, it's actually, maybe that's too thin. It's burning up there. I'm going to take a couple tortillas and I'm going to put it on there. Okay? Might seem a little strange. You're thinking, well, why isn't there butter on there? So it looks like in there. Okay, and I'm gonna flip them over here in a second. So while that's going, I'm gonna start cutting these cucumbers. Okay. My one and only fairly sharp knife, I can't find it. So for the purpose of recording, I'm just gonna take these ends off here real quick. These do not go to waste though. I give them to my chickens. They are not crazy about ends really, but something different. They just like something different, and it is, I mean, they'll peck at it. I don't have one of those fancy expensive knives that just chops instantly. I think I would be, since I've never had a truly sharp knife, I think that I would probably accidentally cut myself. So, but they say that dull knives are actually more unsafe than a sharp knife. I think it's because of the struggle maybe. But I grew up with dull knives. I've always had dull knives. I'm not sure what it would be like to have a truly sharp knife. Not sure that I want to find out. Maybe someday with supervision of an adult, I will cut with a sharp knife. But yeah, since I don't have an editing software, I'm just going to keep cutting and talking. So unfortunately, I'm sorry you have to see for each one of these. I don't think I'll do the whole cucumber though. These are actually some big cucumbers. And it's just me having this meal, so. Okay, I am noticing that the tortillas are getting pretty warm pretty quick, so I'm going to stop there for a second. And I'm going to just flip them over. You're wondering why it's water. It's not actually butter. Why isn't there butter on there? No. Whoops. And actually I'm finding out why I should have had butter. Okay, this is not going exactly how I'd seen it on the show. Not quite what I saw. So it's a good thing you guys are not seeing this because this is not very beautiful at the moment. I'm just gonna take these little tortillas. You might not want to try this on an iron skillet. I think she had a because I only have an iron skillet. She had like a non-stick skillet, which I don't think is very healthy for you, really. I'm gonna start this process over. I suppose this would be funny if you actually saw these things. I actually need more tortillas heated up anyhow. Okay, so if this looks weird, it's because it's got a squishy tortilla on it. Nothing gross or unusual on it. So I'm gonna, actually, before I cut up any more vegetables, here's what I forgot. I'm gonna do actually the dressing for this. I don't have a particular number. It's all, as far as measurements, it's all just by eye and taste. I do have a bowl here. So let's temporarily get this out of the way for a second. But you did see what and actually I'm going to cut these in halves too. So that's the next process that I have here. Okay. So for the dressing, and the reason why I realized I needed to do the dressing first is because I'm going to stick all the veggies in there. So the dressing is going to be olive oil. You can have any kind of brand. This is just the one I've got. Extra virgin. Doesn't have to be extra virgin. I'm going to just kind of get this. I normally do not use this much olive oil for stuff, but I just bought some olive oil, and I also had some olive oil given to me as a gift. I love olive oil. I put it in almost all my food. So there's that. I am only going to put a little bit of salt, hardly any salt, hardly any, because I feel that the flavors themselves and what I'm going to put in here really just comes alive. You don't really want to have too much salt in your meals. It's not good. A little bit of salt. This is black pepper. And I've got a lemon, which I forgot to cut in half. So I'm going to cut that in half real quick. And if you've been listening this long, thank you for listening. And I'm just going to take this lemon and squeeze it. Oops. This is really fun, guys. I should do more cooking shows. Oh, and I almost forgot my tortillas. They are getting nice now. So, rule of thumb I've just learned while filming this. You can't put the little bit of water in an iron skillet. That's for non-stick skillet, for what I was trying to accomplish with my tortillas. You're probably asking, why didn't you use butter? Well, there was a reason behind it, but I did not take into account that I don't have a non-stick skillet. So, I've actually, so that's half of a lemon. I'm going to see, before I put the other half in there, I'm actually going to mix this and test it. Let's see. You can see how beautiful this dressing is, and this is not a dressing with stuff in it from the store that you can't even pronounce. Okay, this is all healthy stuff. I have one friend who can't have lemons. You could also do this with vinegar too, if you can't have lemons. I'm just going to taste this. Since I'm the only one eating this meal, I'm going to taste my fork here. That's good. That's really good. Actually, that's perfect. Okay. That actually turned out just right. I could probably use, I'd probably be happy with maybe slightly more lemon. And I've got more lemon here, but I'm going to try to use this one because I'm trying to save my other half of the lemon for maybe my tea tonight before I go to bed. I'm a coffee drinker, but I do like tea sometimes. It's healthy for you. Okay, so we've got that. So now I'm going to go ahead and prepare. Well, actually, I'm not going to do the next one. I need to get these off of there. I'm getting the tortillas off of the pan right here. Okay. Oops, we got one tortilla that's stuck pretty good. Like really good. Okay. I'm actually going to use a little bit of olive oil. I just accidentally dropped my fork into the trash can. A little bit of olive oil for this pan. Try to get that stuff off of there, hopefully. This is so funny, I'm telling you about this, and you have no idea how bad this pan looks. What I did to it. Oh. Okay. So, coming back to our project. I'm going to go ahead and continue to cut the cucumbers in half. Listen, if you don't like, and you don't have to have tortillas, by the way, for this. I'm doing a salad, a special salad. And the tortillas are kind of just an extra complimentary thing to have on the side. You can change this however you want to. These are cucumber pieces. You can blend your cucumber, you can do whatever. This is just, because like I said too earlier, I am actually taking what someone did and adding my own thing to it. The dressing is kind of it's actually a very Israeli type of dressing. Olive oil and lemon. You don't even have to add salt or pepper. I think as Americans with so much salt and pepper in our food, it's just sort of a habit for me. But you'll notice, as I emphasized, I don't use too much salt. I just don't, it's not good. Not good to have too much salt. Little salt, yes. Too much salt, no. And as it says in the word, we are to be a salt, we are to be salt for the earth. And I've been curious about that, you know, where it talks about if it's not salty, like it's no good. And I thought, well, spiritually speaking, how do we stay salty? I mean, I guess initially being salt for the earth, we're supposed to be a light, we're supposed to be different, we're supposed to be, you know, bring flavor, bring beauty to the earth, to the people around us. And that in itself is something really to think about, because I actually posted on one of my recent posts on Facebook something I wrote last year, but it touched me again for this year, is how important it is to make sure that as we carry the name of the Lord with us, that we are also being that light. Because I have had this experience where I am helping a customer, which by the way, Baruch Hashem, I got that job. Thank you guys for the prayers. I start later this month, or May, I should say. Yeah, that's awesome. But what I was going to say was, in the workforce, I've come across people who are like, yeah, God bless you, at the end of, after complaining, and just being rude. And it's like they're trying to give you some kind of lasting impression of God. And if I hadn't been already a believer in the Lord, okay, now I'm going to start with the avocado. It would have, I would have been probably deterred from knowing God. I'm, you know, just saying from someone, and I know a lot of people are. They meet people who are just not amazing people, not acting amazing. And but they're speaking God's name. So then these people don't want to have to do with God, because they're like, well, if these people are acting like this, I don't want to have to do with their God. That's why it says you will know God's people by their fruit. Doesn't matter if they say they're a believer. Doesn't even matter if they say they have a relationship with God. If their life is not manifesting that, it's meaningless. And beloved, I mean, I've had some people be really mean and just cruel to me. Just say, oh, you know, I've got this relationship with God. We're very judgmental without love. I can't stress enough how ungodlike that is. We want to love Him, you know. We want to We want to, oops, this one's a little more messy. We want to seek his face daily. And we want to be there. We want to be there as not just as a label, but in truth. Because they're not, they're not people of God. Doesn't matter if they grew up a certain way, doesn't matter if they go to a congregation every week. They are literally not people of God if they have no love. So there's that. And that's why there's that scripture that says, you know, they will, just because you even cast out demons in my name. I'm cutting the tomatoes now. Just because you do that doesn't, you know, I never knew you, he says. Because that scripture's there to show the reality that, and the realness of how important it is to carry the love of God in our lives. Whoops. I'm just cutting these in half to get the juice out. You don't even have to cut them in half. It's just something I'm doing. It actually adds, I feel, to the dressing. Yeah, so there's that. I don't know if I shared this in a video recently or not, but I will share it now. Is that through my experiences lately of going to different churches where they're talking about the Lord from a Hebraic point of view, his culture, being the Jewish Messiah that he is, I have come to realize that statement, and so I apologize, I might be repeating myself, but I don't remember sharing it here. I've come to realize that statement about the harvest being ready in such a different way now. Because the harvest is ready in that when I'm coming to these churches lately, churches all around at the same time, they're hungry to know about the Lord in his culture, the Jewish culture, as the Jewish Messiah. And it's like, wow, the harvest is ready, really, in this way that I didn't think of it. I wondered how it was going to come to be, but it is happening before my eyes. It's just beautiful. As the world gets more dark, the light of the Lord is just shining out just amazingly in this way. It's just, it's awesome. So what I mean by that too is that when the Lord comes back, you know, we're not going to have different denominations, right? We are going to be one people before the Lord, and we're not going to be a foreign bride. And in order for that to happen, there has to be a unity between believers of all denominations. There has to be, you know, it's kind of funny. We have all these different churches, we have all these different places, and Lord have mercy, some churches are not filled with people of God. You know, some are filled with wickedness, where there's a false sense of speaking of God and not living it, just like I was talking about before. Okay, I think I've got enough for the tomatoes. I'm not sure if I should add more avocado. Okay, so we've got this. But yes, ultimately the message I wanted to share is that to tie it all together, it goes with what I was saying, just to love, really love people. Meet people where they're at. You know, so what if someone has a bad, well, it's not a so what, you know, if someone has a bad habit, you don't want them to have a bad habit, but you don't just come crashing down on them. Some people too, who are of faith, I feel like we actually, as a body of believers, I think sometimes we're more judgmental. Are we not? And I'm not talking about being iron sharpens iron. I'm just talking about how, like, I've heard this a lot lately, which is so true. You know, correction without love, it's meaningless. Okay. So I've got this. I'm going to go ahead and actually add, since I just barely dabbed some salt earlier, I'm going to add just a tiny bit more. Like, it's not coming out. There we go. Hardly anything. And then more pepper is actually what I want. Yeah. Okay. Look at this. This is just beautiful. Beautiful salad. I am in love with this salad. So this is, this is something you can take to a party. Something you can have at home with yourself, like me. But I am, so if you're a vegetarian, it's great too. Or Now, if you do what I'm about to do though, I'm about to have on some tortillas. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to stick it in here or put on the tortillas. I have some shredded chicken. Can't see it really, can you? This is a Swanson chicken. Not really that I would recommend. It could be anything. I try to buy local and organic, but this was kind of a run quick something on my way home actually today, because I already had the veggies, but on the way home I was not close to where I like to shop where they do have organic meat, and I'm just like, I need some meat, I need some protein, so I grabbed this. You can add it in your salad, you can put it on your tortillas. My plan is to kind of put it on my tortillas, and since I ruined my pan, I'm actually going to add some color to my tortillas. And what I mean by that is I'm going to take that olive oil on my pan and add my tortillas again. It's a long story, as you already heard me share about the about why I use just the water, the mistake of it. So in this video I saw where she used the tortillas on the water with the nonstick pan. They came out beautiful, like nice and brown, without any, just water. I thought, wow, that's cool. But I don't want to make this video any longer than it already is, so I'm actually going to stop there. This, to me anyways, this is beautiful. It might not be as beautiful to you if you don't like green or a lot of green in your food. What's making this mushy is that avocado. So yeah, for the sake of time, I'm not going to add the other part where I put this on the side of a tortilla, but you can imagine this on top of a tortilla. And then I'm going to add some of this on the side. So that way, for me, because the way that my body is, what I need, I do need some protein. I can't have just vegetables. I wish I could, honestly, because you guys know how much I love animals, but I can't. My body won't let me. So I am going to add some meat. But I know that beans too, if you are a vegan, vegetarian, beans too will be a nice, great source of protein as well. So that's all. I love you all. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to taste it. You can see me taste it, right? Or hear me taste it. Tastes amazing, guys. Really does. Oh yeah. Okay, that was so good. Shavua Tov. I love you all. Have a wonderful week. Thank you again for the prayers. Oh, this is good. This is really good. Oh yeah. It's the lemon and the olive oil that really does it. I don't know if my new job is going to be amazing or not, but it is definitely good pay. And a blessing. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Definitely with the intent to hopefully one day still do music ministry full time. That would be just awesome. And thank you again. Bye.